Today I am going to show you all how to connect to the Virtual Open Access Lab from a browser. So this is the link I'll be sharing with you all. You go to this page. So far I did one on how to connect on Mac, so now we're going to do one on a browser. So what this allows you to do is remotely connect from your computer to a computer on campus to use the Adobe suite. Now, something to keep in mind when you go to do this is that you really are using a computer on campus, so treat it like that with your information, files that you use, all of those kinds of things. Remember that. The other thing to remember is that while it looks very real-time as you click back and forth, when you go to move big files, it is going to take some time to go back and forth because it is going over the internet. What we're seeing here is just a visual representation of what's going on the computer on campus. And so if you have a big 100 meg or 1 gig file that you're going to push over, and I'll show you how to do that, it's gonna take some time. So we click on this link. We go to VMware Horizon Web Access. Okay, we're going to accept. It's asking for our net ID. I'll log in. It's asking me for the net code. So it's not obvious, but you can scroll down here, and then I'm going to pick how I want Duo to authenticate. I'm going to go ahead and have it do a push notification. So what's also really weird is that you come in here and you hit 1, because it's literally 1 or 2. So I hit 1, I hit continue. Pops up on my phone. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. And then I come down here. Woo, a little bit of delay there. Okay. And you can see I got logged in. So once I'm logged in, then I close that. You'll see it says Adobe Suite. I'll click on that, and what this is going to load is a remote desktop instance literally in my web browser. So that's what is happening here. Okay, so you can use this on a Windows computer, or you can do this on Mac. It doesn't matter. It's just through a web browser. I'm using Chrome currently. There we go. I sometimes have problems with my R's, so you got to experience that. So next thing you'll see, there's a couple of different ways to pull up the program that you want to use. You can go to the search function here and type in the program. You can also go and you'll see that they're all listed here. It says you can copy and paste text between your local system and remote system. There we go. So one of the things to remember is that there's some lag. So I'm scrolling and it's taking like 1 second, or like less than a second to 1 second to kind of react. So it's gonna feel like a little bit like you're moving through jelly sometimes. And so you're gonna have to be a little patient. What that also means is that anything that you do that's like video oriented is gonna be very choppy. And it's not gonna be that your computer's broken. It's not really the internet connection, because there's going to be no internet connection that's going to be able to work that fast, unless you have like a gigabit connection, both up and down, meaning from your computer to the lab and to the lab back to the computer. So this is going to be a little laggy, meaning it's going to have some delay. Like you can even see when I move my mouse, it kind of takes a second to keep up with it, because it's literally having to read those inputs and then put them in. So I'll open up Photoshop. The first thing you'll notice is like it'll ask you to sign in and ask you for an email address. This is totally confusing. I did not know what to do. What you need to do is just use your net ID again. So after asking for some help, I was able to figure this out. So put my credentials in. It's going to take us on over to our Tamu authentication system, and we're going to type our stuff in. Whoops. There we go, and we're going to type our stuff in. Hopefully, yes. And then you're gonna have to do another push. I'm not gonna do this one on the screen again, just because I'm just not. And I'll hit approve. There we go. And you'll see right here that we are logged in and we can start using Photoshop. I can come and create a canvas and get going, and it's relatively responsive. I mean, it's not going to be like a horrible experience. It's just, if you're a computer geek like me, you'll notice a difference. Some of you all may just think it just kind of feels like a little bit of a slow computer. But when you go to do video or audio on this, that's when it's going to become very laggy, and it may not work at all. Another thing you'll notice is if we come over here to File Explorer, let's see here. Okay. This PC network. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's an easy way to move files from this computer to that computer. I don't see it blatantly. So what I would recommend is, like, as of right now, maybe it's real evident and I just don't know it, but in this tutorial, what I would recommend is like moving your file from here, from your computer, like if I'm on this Mac, moving the file from here to like Google Drive, and then opening up a browser over here and downloading, logging into your Google Drive on the remote computer and downloading it over there. So that's definitely how I would do it if I was just trying to move a file back and forth. So let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, I've got a browser open. I'm gonna hit new. We'll go to mygeekylife.com. That's my website that I run. And I have a new article out. It's about SEMA. I have a bunch of different photos and stuff, and articles and videos. So like, we'll click on this resto mod photo. I'm gonna save image as. We're gonna save this to the desktop. I'm gonna hit save. So what I'll do is, like, I'll just go to my Google Drive, and I'll make a little folder here called like example. Okay. And then I'll drag this into here, and then I'll come over to this computer that I'm remote desktoped into. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, okay. That I'm remote desktoped into, and I can close this, yeah. And I'll just type in drive. Actually, what I'll do here is, it seems, I'm gonna come over here and sign in, and do that. Y'all are seeing I'm having to log in. So send the push. Yeah, we're doing a lot of pushing through here. It is me. We're gonna go to the drive, and we'll go to example. So now, what I'll do is, like, whoops. I'm just gonna drag this file. Whoops. Gonna download it. Okay. So show in folder comes up. Right click. Open with. All right, Photoshop's not in there. Okay, so we'll come over here. We'll go to File, Open, and we'll go to On My Computer. Go to Downloads. Date modified. We're going to open the scaled up. And boom, there we go. So this is open on the computer in the quote lab. So let me minimize this so we're not being confused. So you'll see this is Chrome on my computer here, which is logged in through VMware Horizon. If you look at the tab, into a Windows computer, and this is a photo that we just opened in Photoshop. So it may take some time to kind of think about that and wrap your head around what's happening. But so then what we can do is we can come in here and we can make our edits or change things, or like, I don't know, a lot of times I'll come in here and like maybe take out a license plate if it wasn't a custom one like this is, so that we don't have people's license plate just shown all over the internet. Or maybe I just want to black out the fire extinguisher or something and resave it. I can edit in Photoshop, save it, and then put it back on my Google Drive, and I can email it to whoever I need to from there, or I can bring it back to my computer by coming back over and downloading it over here. So, for example, if I come over here and I go save as, and we're going to say save on your computer, we're going to call this BMW LSX swap, which just means that it was a BMW car with a V8 engine from an American car. We just call it LSX, and it was swapped in there, so we'll save that swap. And I'm just going to save it into the downloads folder again. And what the reason I'm doing that is because I just want to show you all like what I would do now. So then I just come over here. Let me make sure it saved it. Yeah, I saved it. Okay. Then I come over to downloads. You'll see it's right here. I can drag that in here. Uploads it. I can minimize this. We're back on my computer fully. Go to the example folder. Come over here and refresh it. We're in my drive on my computer here. Here we go. There's LSX swap file. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Just trying to get you all to kind of think about how you move files back and forth. Now, if you wanted to just natively like be able to switch from your drive to the drive over on the other computer back and forth, that's when it will be highly beneficial to just go ahead and download the client for your operating system. So there's a Windows version. This one has a Mac version, which I have on here. So I'm just showing all this purely because some of y'all may just want to use the browser, or you're like, I don't know how to fool with that software. I literally just want to hop on a computer, open this up on the browser, and do some work. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Yeah, like I think this is kind of like you're in a bind. You need Adobe Suite ASAP, and you need to get something done. It'll work, but I don't think this is an ideal solution yet. But I could go on and on and on about that geek-wise. There's a lot of solutions that are coming up to fruition because of what's going on with COVID. There's a lot of people that are really looking into this space of making it so that you can do video editing and you can do audio editing, but it's not quite there yet. So anyways, I hope y'all are having a great day, and thank you for watching.